Massive abundance is coming your way 2025. I believe it. I trust it. I know it can happen. What I'm sharing is opening up portals in your mind. If you're willing to take the invitation, just listen, and maybe even, if possible, more than listening, take some notes. Imagine as I speak here and in other videos, and just let the energy of what I'm talking about get inside of you, get inside of your mind, get inside of your whole being. If I could just have that million, 10 million, $100 million idea, everything would be perfect. Have you ever thought like that? Because I did, and I did for so many years. I pursued the next fancy schmancy thing going on. I tried the next thing. I listened to, wow, try this thing, and I did that. And I was like running around, just not getting any results, but burning myself out for so many years. I had that. There must be this $100 million idea for me. But what happened for me was that I ended up broke, sick, tired, desperate, frustrated, and in a situation where I actually just wanted to run away from everything. Not funny at all, but I still had that. That must be some $100 million idea for me. I am clever, I know it all, I got so much potential. It is just around the corner. And it kept being around the corner for so many years. So what I'm sharing in this video is what happened to me, what I realized, and how I went from that situation and into something totally new, which solved my $1.5 million debt and also made me succeed with a company that grew to 60 people in less than 4 years. And it was not a $100 million idea. So I invite you to be open to what I'm sharing here. First of all, as I shared in one of the other videos, I started reading books. So I'm rereading my book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and I really invite you to look into it and maybe read it, or maybe even read it again. Funny thing is, I looked in the book, and these are the times that I read the book before. So the first time I read the book was at the 2nd of January in 2010. That's 15 years ago. So much changed since then. I was desperate. It's funny actually to look at the notes here. So I'm beginning to reread the book again, which already now is opening up new ideas for me. And now it's interesting because I see it in a new perspective. The same thing that I read 5 times before. So again, an invitation, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. It's a great book with great ideas in it. One of the things that led me to and I invite you to look at it from your perspective, from your life, opening yourself up to massive abundance. One of the first things that I read in the book and reminded me what I did when I started doing seminars is what T. Harv Eker writes is, don't believe a word I'm saying. And I like that idea, meaning that when you watch me, when you are here with me now, or when you watch something else, keep in mind, just open yourself up, but also you have your beliefs. And maybe it's time to change them. Maybe it's good beliefs. You have to see where you are in your life as I had to see where I was in my life. I can only come, and that's what T. Harv Eker writes, and it's the same thing that I've been saying with my own words, but I can only come from my own life, from my own situation, from my own story, from my own disasters, from my own successes, from my own, and all the clients that I've helped on seminars and clients that I help as a coach. I can come from all of that, but I can only really understand or know or listen to my own thoughts and experience my own feelings. And that's what I can share. That makes sense, right? So the thing is that when I was desperate for success, and already in that energy, maybe you can feel that I was desperate. Maybe you know what I'm speaking about. Desperate to succeed. And if you know how that feeling is, it's kind of like chasing something and it's running away from you all the time. I don't know how you feel about it, but that's I get the picture of that. Running after a rabbit, and it's just running after from you. It's running from you. Running faster, it's still running from you. And that's how I felt with success at that time. And I really had that. I had so much potential trapped inside of me. I felt like that. And I was like, why can't I succeed? It's not working for me. And already here, again, this is my perspective. So take some notes if it's possible for you. Just breathe, just listen, and maybe ask yourself, okay, how can I relate to this? Because the thing is, I was looking for that idea. And yesterday, I was looking through notes and it came to me when I had my first mentor, business mentor. I had an idea. I wanted this $100 million company. And we went through my experience and all of that, and I babble about all my dreams and ideas and finding the next internet thing and grew it to, and I don't know. I was just like, wow, this is what's going to happen. And he said, okay, so you have a cleaning company? I said, no, I just have 1 or 2 cleaning tasks. I just started that. And on one of our first sessions, he said, let's dive into that. And I was like actually feeling disappointed. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I think we got an idea here. And my mind couldn't believe this. He was a business coach, world, not famous at that time, but he was known around the world, business coach for strategies and pushing people and all of that. And he said, let's grow the cleaning business. And my mind was like, this is not a $100 million idea. This is not sexy at all. It's not what I had in my mind. But here comes the thing. I wanted that $100 million idea. I wanted to succeed with that. I wanted to be successful with that. And I was not. And I was thinking, okay, I see those people, I read about those people who made it, who were very successful. The internet was different at the time, but I saw them. I saw them in magazines, and I was like, okay, I can do that too. I just need to find that idea. Bling, bling, everything will be very great. Now, what happened was we focused on the cleaning company. I started having visions. We worked with that. So I made my vision more and more clear about the cleaning company. I learned how to sell, got new contracts in, new customers in. I learned how to get more cheap. I knew that because I have been in operation and running teams. But I learned as an entrepreneur how to get more people into my team and how to get them to help me. How to create a championship team to get them to help me to run towards our vision. And that became 60 people. It became $1.5 million in revenue, which is for some not much, but for me at that time, it helped me pay out my debt. So it freed up a lot of negativity and a lot of things that was holding me down. And that's my story. That's what I wanted to share with you today. And maybe just take a moment, maybe now, maybe after the video, and just think about your own situation. Because what came to me was, and what I realized was that the only reason before my coaching, before I got my first mentor, before I started to coach other people, other entrepreneurs, business owners, the only reason I was not succeeding was because I kept running after new rabbits all the time. Bling bling, make what do you call it? Make a blog. Bling bling, make a new website. Bling bling, make a whatever it was. Write a book. Bling bling, do all of these things. And I spent a lot of time on all of these things when I was succeeding. Dialed in the focus on one business. I'm not saying it's going to be the same thing for you. It's just my story. And got clear on the vision and starting really moving towards that. So what I realized, and I'm sharing this over and over again because it's so important for you, for me, for us to get this, to understand this, is that everything, just be open to this, I invite you to open up to this, everything in your reality is created from your actions, your feelings, your thoughts, your beliefs, and maybe before that something called really core belief, something that's really, really deep inside. My journey was to start with the thoughts and feelings. And after that, on my deeper inner journey, I began really working with and be open to working with the core beliefs. But everything at that time, with the cleaning business, me succeeding, me growing a coaching business, everything was inside of me, my thoughts and my feelings. I was afraid of committing to one thing. And I was afraid that that one thing was not sexy enough. That was the cleaning business. But I did commit it with the help of someone holding me accountable, someone seeing my blind spots, because that was what it was. I meditated for years, and I sat and wrote journal and all of this. And then this guy comes in. I did pay him and we actually worked for 3 years or something. This guy comes in and saying, well, what about the cleaning company? See? So I really invite you to begin looking inside, seeing what is it that I haven't seen yet. I had to soul search a little bit, saying, okay, what's holding me back? What is it? What are my thoughts and my feeling holding me back? What kind of beliefs are holding me back from succeeding? And actually, some of the beliefs, and I see this again and again and again from the people I work with, some of the beliefs, most of the beliefs are rooted in some kind of fear. Success fear, money fear. Success, fear of actually succeeding or fear of actually failing. And around the money, fear of not having enough. I've seen this again and again and again with myself and with people I help. Deep-rooted fear of not having enough. And if that's the fear we keep inside, and again, as I mentioned again and again, if we think as our reality as a movie screen, and everything we have in our deep inside, the beliefs and the core belief is just projected on that movie screen. If we are open to that, if we believe, as I do more and more, that that's how our reality works. So if we don't have enough money, if we want more abundance, but it's not there yet, there's something inside that's projecting that out. And for me, it was fear of losing money. It was fear of scarcity. It was fear of, as I also said, I heard that as I was a kid, that rich people are not happy people. Fear of not being happy. So these things were deep rooted inside of me, and I still keep going on inside to look at them and to work at them, and it's not like a one thing and everything is done for the rest of life. I haven't experienced that, not with myself, not with clients, but again, with small things like what I'm sharing in this video, small things every day, we can change, and the more we change, our brain will look for the results, and we can build habits, we can build trust and belief, new belief that this world is working for us, that this screen out here is working for us. You can build that belief by doing those small things every day. So I really look forward to share this with you. Again, it's an invitation to open up your mind, to think, to feel, to believe different, to open up your mind to life can be massively abundant, and a lot of great things can happen. And it's also an invitation to just let in that energy. Feel free to, I would like that you actually like the video, but feel free to subscribe, feel free to hit that bell, because then you will see when a new video comes up. And again, something is that we do that, it's more likely that these things will pop up. So what we subscribe to, in reality, it will hit us again and again. And the more we hit things of the more things of abundance, the more things that will change your mind, the more things that will help you change your belief to open up to more abundance, the more of those things, the more of that energy you absorb, well, guess what? You will move that direction. So a lot of great success energy to you, and a lot of love.